Liverpool's defensive problems would be solved if Jurgen Klopp was allowed, when opponents get a corner kick, to offer them a penalty kick instead. The Reds are less likely to concede that way. Simon Mignolet has faced 15 spot kicks as a Liverpool keeper and saved 7. That record from 12 yards makes him one of the best keepers in Europe. What a pity his record from every other distance makes him not even the best keeper at Liverpool. A penalty taker standing over the ball is about 14 to score, or 18 if German. Yet those statistics suggest that when Mignolet is standing 12 yards away, the taker should be nearer the even money mark. Now, I'm not a fan of statistics, 78.4% of which are made up on the spot, but 7 saved penalties out of 15. I haven't seen many more impressive figures. Rafa looking forward to special game against Liverpool. Simon Mignolet saves Jamie Vardy's penalty. Image photo by Lawrence Griffiths. Getty Images. How can Mignolet stand so tall at penalties yet so small at corners, 97% of which end up in Liverpool's net? I can only put it down to the chaos theory. Liverpool's defence is in chaos whenever their opponents get a corner, and whenever they don't. What has all this to do with betting? I hear you cry, and I will give you an answer just as soon as you stop crying. Think back to the penalty shootout against Chelsea in the 2007 Champions League semi-final. Liverpool went into that with a better shootout record than Billy the Kid, 9 out of 10 triumphs on pens. Pepe Reina saves Robben's penalty in the Champions League semi-final, 2007. In addition, they had in goal a man called Pepe Reina, who had saved 3 penalties against West Ham in the previous season's FA Cup final and 7 of the 9 spot kicks he faced at Villarreal during the 200,405 season. On those stats, Liverpool should have been about 46 to win the shootout. In fact, they were 11-10, purely because Chelsea were rated a better team. This is information to keep up your sleeve, right next to your snotty hanky, when we get to the business end of the season and penalty dramas are more common, though not as common as keeping a snotty hanky up your sleeve. Rafa Benitez more immediately. On Sunday it's Newcastle, managed by Sir Rafael Benitez, a man who won the Champions League with Jimmy Traoré in his side courtesy of the greatest penalty drama of all time. Rafa is still so warmly thought of at Anfield that there's a possibility that, had Liverpool lost at Leicester last weekend, he'd have got a bigger cheer this weekend than Klopp from travelling Reds fans. Speculation was intense earlier in the season that Benitez was about to be sacked by Toon owner Mike Ashley. Some Newcastle fans wanted to put their shirt on it, but, being Newcastle fans, didn't have one. Though despised by most Newcastle followers, Ashley has said he likes to sit among fans, but at his size HES among everything. Newcastle United owner Mike Ashley. I've heard he has a tried and trusted strategy when breaking the news to Tyneside managers that they are sacked. He rings them and says, "Is that the Newcastle manager?" When they answer yes, he says, "Not anymore." I try not to oppose Benitez's sides because, as Istanbul 2005 demonstrated, he is capable of getting more out of a team, no matter how limited, than virtually any manager I can think of. There's so much more to come from this Liverpool team, but if you watch the Magpies toil so badly at Brighton last week, you will know one thing for certain: Liverpool, providing they give Ragnar Klavan wrong directions to St James Park, will collect 3 points. At 811 they are next door to a certainty, and I speak as someone who once lived next door to a certainty. They would have nothing to do with me.